What are the logistics of my 26 FBF 26 meters being friends with someone he slept with a 28 FA month after meeting me? To start, I met my BF in high school when his friend group and him introduced me to video games. I think you all know the game League of Legends LoL. Well, nothing ever happened between us, and he wasn't very interested in girls, apparently, during that time. We ended up reconnecting 8 years after high school and we really hit it off. We moved in with each other gradually but quickly. I was moved fully in, I would say, in around 6 months. Our dynamic was great, we had great communication and we were both very much happy with the way we lived with each other. It's as if our living styles were the same, so we enjoyed each other's company and respected each other's space. The problem started at the 7 to 8 month mark when he asked me if his girlfriend, let's call her a 27, could come stay with us in our second bedroom. The reasoning was simple, she was losing her job and she was looking for a new one. My BF offered her a job in his division but in a different unit. He gets a 3K bonus for referrals. Obviously, I said yes without a second thought because I trusted him and I trusted he wouldn't invite trouble into our household. I, later, realized she was the girl he had hooked up with after his previous serious relationship and a month after we had met. Just so you guys know, my BF works for government but at a civilian level, so his job is strict. However, it isn't as strict compared to enlisting in the military or so on. He was deployed and basically, this girl was a rebound he met when he was on deployment. They had a thing where he would visit her in her state or vice versa and they would hook up and do things. They even played video games together, which, at first, I was low-key jealous of because when he first met me he did play games but later tells me he doesn't like playing games with his love interests. So we really don't play games together, which I see because same. I am more of an independent gamer. I like to play games at my own pace and rhythm and I can understand he is the same way. The reason things ended between the two of them was because one time he was there to see her, she blandly told him that she was off to see another guy and that she really wanted to be with him. She did end up leaving but didn't end up doing anything because she felt bad for my BF. They had a heart-to-heart and he said he disappeared for a while. My BF has a dismissive avoidant attachment style. This will be relevant later. He tends to push things away and not really target the root of the problem to fix it. So they ended up talking again and met 2 times again after he met me. The last time he saw her was a month after he reconciled and started going out with me. They had another heart-to-heart and, apparently, they decided that they were 2 different people and that in hindsight, it wouldn't have worked. The reason being communication, and that she would get annoyed with him. Also in hindsight, he said she wanted to go out but didn't know how and he didn't want to be that person. When I started going out with him, we caught each other up on the past 8 years. He told me his story but I can tell he is leaving out parts of his story due to pain of remembering it or refusing to acknowledge it happened. The longer we dated he would every now and then bring it up, even calling me a 2.0. That was in the back of my mind, so when he asked me at 8 months if she could stay with us, I started freaking out. My previous relationship was 6 years, I moved out when I was 18 and it was a toxic relationship. At the end of it I lost all of my friends and my ex ended up leaving me for my ex-friend. I am just glad they're happy. I just think what they did was. I, also, grew up in a troubled home and due to all of this I have quiet BPD. I am doing better since I am being more informative and getting medical mental help. However, my biggest triggers are betrayal. I don't mind people being friends with opposite genders. However, throughout the relationship, I would see him deleting his snaps and Discord messages, which is his main use for contacting her. They were each other best friends on Snapchat. I just thought it was weird. I got so suspicious that I asked him if I could see their messages and I saw a couple of weird things. My BF and I have stated we don't care if we viewed each other's phone. Examples of this is like he never mentions me until she asks to come stay with him. I know this because she continues to ask questions about me, asking like if I am blonde? And like how we met and such, but that's about all. Just maybe a short conversation about me with diversions of things to expect of the hiring process. After I told him it made me uncomfortable for her to stay with us and that him contacting her made me uncomfortable, he started hiding his messages more. He does like to keep his phone and computer organized, so he does delete messages that have stayed too long on, but he doesn't really delete ones that he talks to frequently. I noticed he would specifically delete her things when I was near or I would see it and then it was deleted shortly after or during my interactions with him while he is on his phone or computer. Eventually, it got so bad that we were fighting every day. It didn't help that my friend was staying with us until she got out of her situation. My BF is an introvert, so that on top of me trying to hold everything together while fighting my demons against this girl that could just be a friend, was a disaster of a show, I must say. It doesn't help that my friend is a single mother of 2 kids with joint custody. We were stressed, my BF was being sneaky, I was feeling triggered from my BPD, and A is probably unaware of what's happening here in the household. There was even a time she was deployed an hour or 2 away from us and he wanted us to meet but ended up canceling it. The fighting got so bad that, eventually, he got tired of it and said he will not talk to her anymore and that they will be low contact. He promised that he will only contact her for work-related things or vice versa. 3 months pass and IDK would urge me to ask, but I asked to see her messages with him. That week he had paid for a trip to Busch Gardens and a little crab boil date after. He was willing to go out, so maybe I thought that was strange? Usually he is eager to stay get home. When I saw the messages, there was no talking space from when he told me he wouldn't talk to her until a week before, when she responded with just thank you. Obviously, I told him how weird it was that she just randomly said thank you a week ago after not responding to him for months. I asked my BF to be honest multiple times and he lied to my face multiple times. Eventually he owned up to it, but I still don't trust it. He said he had wished her happy birthday and that was it. He fessed up because I was upfront with him and told him I felt like there was more to the conversation and that it felt like he was hiding something. And that's when he came clean. I was obviously upset because our relationship was built on trust. His reasoning for loving me and thinking that I am the one, even saying that no girl has made it this far with him, like relationship-wise, like he's never been happy with someone like this, is that he feels we have similar lifestyles and morals, values, standards. He says he likes my personality, like how affectionate I am and my weird sense of humor, and thinks that I am beautiful. OFC words are words, so take it with a grain of salt, but his actions really made me think differently. Trust is a big thing with me, especially growing up in a household where cheating, drug addiction and DV was a common and normal thing. I feel I can't trust him the way I used to, and if he's willing to lie about something so little, what happens if it is something big? I had to dig and find all of this evidence. Did I maybe read too deep? He also says that he really thought me and her could be friends and that he felt bad for her because she is a lonely person and he doesn't want to abandon her. He thought she could use more friends. I asked if we would have been good friends and he said yes, with slight hesitation. He says she's difficult, but I am very easy to talk to and that I don't tend to shy from anyone. When I asked why he kept her around, he would say that he wanted to keep his friendship and our relationship. He thought he could make it work. He felt bad that he would have to end a friendship because, and I quote, "I've never done that before." And it's true, my BF was very socially awkward in high school and he does tend to keep to himself. He does want to be out there more and talk to more people, but his self-esteem and anxiety always gets in the way. When I asked why she was important, he would tell me different answers. However, as of recent he says she was important during the time that he met her, but she wasn't important anymore. And when I asked if I am just there, same as the others, as a lesson, he said, "IDK yet, we're still in it." My BF is very reasonable and logical, but fear and anxiety does take over. I would also say the same for me. My BF and I are realists, so I am not very hurt by that statement since it's true. I am just upset because why did it take me threatening to leave for him to finally let her go? Block her and never even think about interacting with her again? Or even, why was he being so weird and sneaky when he could have just been straight up and said she was a friend that he used to sleep with, but that's long done and over with? Like, keep me informed on what I am signing up for when inviting another woman into our place of stay. I consider leaving because I feel we're both miserable. I feel I am making his life harder and that my mental illness is affecting this relationship. I suggest separation for the fact of, I do not trust myself when I am not in a safe place with safe people. He wants me to stay and work on it and says it will make us stronger, which I agree. He also acknowledges it's my choice in whether I want to stay or leave, but he has firmly said I am the one for him and that he wants me to be with him. We do have a lot of really good happy times. Like, the good times are really good but the bad times are really bad. It's making me start to think that it's a part of my mental illness. TLDR, my 26FBF26M says that A28F is just a friend and that there is nothing between them.